2019 NVIDIA Shield TV. This is the non-pro version. Let's go ahead and check it out. It's also known as the toilet paper roll. This is a premium Android TV box. It's fast. It doesn't have ads like a lot of the Fire Sticks and the competitors have. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and do an overview of the controller, the device itself, why I'm using it, the HDR and the other playback options this thing has, AI upscaling. It has many features that are incredible. And if you have a TV that, for example, with mine, I have a built-in Chromecast in my TV and a Vizio TV, and they are garbage. I'm gonna say it for the record. They're slow. YouTube app isn't currently working on it, and it's an older version of Chromecast. So if I spent all that money on the TV, why wouldn't I have the latest and greatest as far as a streaming device? So that's why I went ahead and purchased this. So in this video, we're gonna do an unboxing. We're gonna check out the remote, the device. Then we're going to put in an SD card and we're going to check out some of the apps and some of the pros and the cons of this 2019 Shield TV to see if it really is worth over $100 for this device. Nvidia Shield 4K HDR Android TV, the latest and greatest. This is not the Pro. This is a little cheaper one. It has 1 gig less of RAM, but it's still just 4K HDR. It has the AI upscaling, which I'm really excited about because my current TV, the Chromecast, is not that great and it doesn't have that upscaling. I'm looking forward to checking out some YouTube videos of that. Dolby Vision. I have a great surround sound system on my main TV, so I'm excited about that. And then here's some of the specs. The Gigabyte Ethernet was also a big selling point for me because I do have a cable going from my, I do have a 1,000 megabyte fiber line, Bluetooth 5.0, which is great. I heard a lot of really good things about this remote. There's an amazing remote. 8 gigs of storage, not a lot, but it does have a micro SD slot, which we're gonna take advantage of. And then it's got that new X1 Plus processor, so emulation should be great. I hear it's super fast and there's not a lot of ads. It does only have 2 gigs of RAM compared to 3 gigs of RAM for the Pro, so if you have a little bit of extra money, you might want to consider going with the Pro. Out. Really nice unboxing. Another box here. So now we have 2 empty boxes. Here we have our power adapter, a quick start guide, a support guide, and then our power adapter. I mean, it makes it look like you can remove it right here with that detail, but there's your Ethernet, and then it's HDMI 2.0, and then there's a micro SD slot, and they're kind of weird, to be honest, but you get some cooling vents, HDMI 2.0, and then the micro SD. The remote, I've basically replaced the Harmony remote. The only thing that the Harmony remote does that this doesn't do is it has the visual menu here. So when I want to change things on my receiver as far as like the different sound modes and things, this definitely has a more comprehensive remote. But look how cumbersome that is. It's a lot. With this remote, it's a triangle. It does change my receiver, my TV, and the Shield itself. It's very easy to take off the battery. You just push down on the bottom. It should slide. There it goes, slides off like that. So push forward and then the back goes off. It's a triangle there, batteries. There's the front of the remote. Let's flip it over. So you got the positives on this side, negatives on this side. 2 AAA batteries in this remote. It does light up and it's a little heavy, but it's a really cool remote. I'm really digging it, and the range is amazing across my house. So here we are now launched up, and this does use a Google-based platform, so it's using Google Assistant, as well as you can sign into your Google account. I'm signed into my DrewTalks account because I have YouTube Premium. That way I get an ad-free experience on YouTube. Really quick, just the con on YouTube. First of all, I love the YouTube app this way. It sucks on the Chromecast version that I have. And I really like that they recommend me videos on the home page of the NVIDIA Shield. I don't even have to go into the app. It recommends me videos, which is really cool. A con, though, is actually right now the YouTube app in NVIDIA, you can't run HDR content. You'll see I'll load up an HDR video here in a moment, and I'll go to quality, and you'll see I'll be able to do 4K, and I'll be able to do 60 FPS, but I'm not going to be able to do the
HDR. And when I do this on my phone has, instead of a little 4K there, it says HDR, or next to these it says HDR. So unfortunately, that's a big con with this. However, it's fast, it's smooth, and the YouTube experience on here is amazing. Next pro is less ads. If you notice on my home screen, you can turn off all the ads. In my regular TV, they're advertising me so much garbage, and I hate it. It's the same thing with the Fire Stick and some of the other streaming devices out there. This thing is fast, and it's not going to bug you. It's going to give you a good, clean experience, totally customizable. AI upscaling, I don't have it on right now. This is already HHD content, but on some older content, including Netflix and YouTube, you can upscale the content even if it's in a lower quality. And as far as this camera is not going to be able to capture it, but just long story short, basically it's crisper. If you've ever used Adobe Lightroom before and you use the clarity function, it's basically that it kind of crisps up the pixels, it makes them less soft, it adds saturation, it adds a little brightness, which is a cool feature. That was one of the main selling points for me. Third-party apps, you have full access to the Google Play Store, we'll see in a second. You have full access to GeForce Now, which allows cloud computing gaming, and that's only going to get better. You do have Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. And by the way, you do get HDR content with other apps. It's just YouTube in which you're not going to be able to see the HDR content. And then we'll go to the home screen in a second, but it's totally customizable. I can move my YouTube app to the top, my Netflix app to the top, my Kodi, my emulators, whatever I want to run on this thing, I can customize my home page to the fullest extent. On my Chromecast built into the TV, it freaking sucks, and it's full with ads, it's slow, I don't like it at all. Did I make that clear yet? So some more cons though is now there is this extra device. Before I was running the Chromecast, which was inside of my TV built in. Now I have this external computer, which is consuming a little bit more power. Now the non-pro version, which is what I have, it's a little cheaper, is only running in 32-bit. So that's not a big deal at all unless you want to emulate 64-bit emulators, and that's really for the Citra emulator and some of those higher end emulators. If you just want to run Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, all that stuff with RetroArch, you're all good to go. Heat. This thing gets hot. Here I'm showing you the customizable channels. This thing does get hot. I haven't had it overheat at all, but just keep that in mind. It has really good ventilation. So here is my comprehensive pros and cons list here. This is really what it comes down to. But as I was mentioning, there is, in my mind, not much cleaner of a experience. Let's talk about the remote a little bit. I showed it to you. It not only does my receiver, it does my TV, and it does the actual NVIDIA Shield, as it should, right? But it's super clean, super user-friendly. Distance is amazing. So far, the battery life is amazing. Only 2 AAA batteries. You can easily swap those out for rechargeable ones to get even longer life and more inexpensive to have over the long run. One con I haven't mentioned yet, though, is no HDMI 2.0. As resolutions increase and FPS increases, it'd be nice to have those higher standards. And then there's no USB port on this particular cheaper model. The reason I got the cheaper one was it was on sale, so it was $80 cheaper. And if those of you who've been watching the NVIDIA Pro, it's not on sale yet. If it's on sale by the time you're watching this video, just make the plunge, go for it. It's nice to have those extra outputs, bigger hard drive as well. This one only has 8 gigabytes of internal storage, but you'll see in a second here, I'll show you, I've put in there's the AI upscaling options. You got medium, high, low, and enhanced and basic, and you have a demo mode as well. But this has 8 gigs of internal storage, but you can throw in a micro SD card. If you get the Pro, you have extra USB ports and you can hook up a hard drive to it. But something that a lot of people don't know is that you can expand the 8 gigabytes using the micro SD. So you can actually just make your boot, your core file system just larger with the micro SD. And 2, you can network into this computer. So you can have a NOS or something like that where you network into your video storage, things like that. But with the micro SD card, you could easily add your favorite videos, add your favorite ROMs, throw them on a micro SD card, put it in your NVIDIA Shield, and you'll be rocking and rolling. And then you have the Google Play Store. So any third-party apps, I installed Kodi. You can install RetroArch. You can install file explorers if you want to get to third-party apps and APK files. You have a lot of hackability and expandability in this thing as well. So there you have it. Those are my pros and cons. Like I said, if you have I have pretty expensive TV here, and the built-in Chromecast sucks. It's full of ads. So for me, the biggest selling points were the AI upscaling. It's an Android device, super clean, super fast. It's so smooth, like butter, as it should be. And you get a great experience. I'm using it for Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, retro games. I'm using Kodi to play movies, and I'm sure I'm going to find some more. And I still haven't really dipped into GeForce Now. I'm looking forward to hooking up a wireless controller and playing some games on it. So it's got a lot of expandability, upgradability, and overall really, really clean device. They did a really good job with this. If you have the 2017 version, is it worth the upgrade? Maybe not. I hear the controller is way, way better, and it is a faster processor, and you get that AI upscaling. So it depends if you're going to utilize those tools or not. If not, you might be okay. The one thing I would like to see, as I mentioned earlier, is for them to get HDR support for YouTube. That'd just be a little icing on top. But other than that, I'm still playing with it. I'm still, changing out all my my customizability on the home screen. So here's Kodi, and I inserted in a micro SD card, and my TV by itself has a USB slot in the back, which is great, right? I can just hook up an external hard drive or a thumb drive and play movies right off that. However, the player built into my TV sucks. I cannot fast forward more than 2x. So more than 2x means that if I want to jump, let's say I watch a movie, I watch an hour of it, and then I go to bed and I want to resume it. It takes me 15 minutes to get back to the spot I was at before. With Kodi, you can easily use your remote, hit the right like I'm doing now, and jump around a video, no problem. You have way more functionality, and it's just a way better experience. I should not have to deal with a poor experience when I spend so much on a TV. Now, if you have a Roku, a buddy of mine has the TLC or TCL TVs. The Roku's pretty nice. If I had the Roku, I might have a harder time buying this. But the fact that the Vizio TVs, and depending on what TV you have, some of those built-in smart TVs are not good. They're just not good. It's a shame that is their weak point a lot of times. So this definitely unlocks and gives you a lot better, smoother, faster experience. And that's what you want. It's a small investment when you think about the cost of the overall TV. So there you have it. Those are my pros and cons of the Nvidia Shield. I've pretty much looked into most things that I read online and what other people say about it, and this is usually the consensus. So that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.